Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action, and as promised, it is Warlock time. We're gonna do what we always do with Warlock, which is try to play aggro and then lose. Alright, here we got a premier rare pick between the Argent Commander and the Defender of Argus. Both have their merits. I think the Defender of Argus is better for a Warlock specifically, with the type of deck I'm likely to play, with lots of creatures on the board. The buffing could definitely be helpful, so I'm going to take it, but I definitely wouldn't hold it against anyone for taking an Argent Commander there either. Okay, well, I think the Frost Elemental is a good endgame card, but I'll take the Novice Engineer here. It's a good early drop for Warlocks, especially if you can buff it later with Defender of Argus and get some extra value out of it. Ooh, boy, that is tough. So I don't think Stormwind Champion is the pick. Argent Squire is a premier 1-drop, and Chillwind Yeti is a premier 4-drop. I think because I'm playing Warlock, I'll take the Chillwind Yeti. That might not seem very aggro-y of me, but the thing is, I'm not committed to aggro yet. I don't necessarily have to play it that way. And Warlocks have lots of good 1-drops. Blood Imp, Flame Imp, Voidwalker, all good 1-drops. So since I'm playing a class with lots of good 1-drops, I don't feel quite as compelled to take the Argent Squire, whereas Warlocks don't have any good 4-drops. I'm not going to count Pit Lord. That thing's terrible. So we'll take the Chillwind Yeti here. Okay, the Direwolf Alpha is perfect. I want buffs with cards like Novice Engineer and 1-drops in general, so we'll just take that right there. Oh, tough call. So it's between Mortal Coil and Scarlet Crusader. I think you got to take the Mortal Coil here. I mean, I do need 3-drops, definitely, but Mortal Coil is such an important card. So often, just about every game, something's going to drop down to 1 health. You can pick it off for a mana, draw a card, and then still have all your mana for the turn to work with. Do I take another Direwolf or another Novice Engineer? I don't think I want the Dark Scale Healer just yet. Let's take another... Well, it's tricky. I mean, Warlocks do life tap. How many of these Novice Engineers do I really want in my life? We'll take another Novice Engineer. I think they're better in multiples than Wolves. Okay, Loot Hoarder is definitely a consideration, but with Novice Engineer and being a Warlock, I don't think I need the card draw. I'm actually going to take Fen Creeper. It's a good 5-drop. It's really nice to drop down after an aggressive start. Well, all the good cards come in one place. Flesh-Eating Ghoul, I mean, these are all great. I think Shadow Bolt is actually below the tier of Flame Imp and Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I'm going to take the Flame Imp. It's just such a good drop on turn 1. I think it's important to have in your deck. And the Voidwalker is nice, but I'm going to take Abusive Sergeant, actually, because buffing your early drops is really good. This isn't good. Gotta be the Twilight Drake. As a Warlock, you can at least draw cards with your hero ability to make the Twilight Drake bigger sometimes. Okay, so I already have 1 Mortal Coil. I'd love a Scarlet Crusader here, but I'll take an Argent Squire, so it looks like we are kind of leaning towards aggro here. Hellfire could be nice, but if I am going to go aggro, it's not as likely to be effective. I'm not going to pass a chance to take a Voidwalker twice. Alright, Blood Imp, I think you can't really pass on. So, yeah, we're definitely aggro here. It wasn't really trying, but it just came out that way. Here we get a total shit pack. Oh, this is terrible. Scarlet Crusaders, Silvermoon Guardian, Dark Scale Healer. Lots of cards that we've passed would be better than any of these. I'll take Drain Life. It's bad removal, but it's better than the other two. Okay, I think another Chillwind Yeti is not amiss. And I need some 3-drops, so Curve needs to be followed. I've got only 1 3-mana card and it's Drain Life, so... We'll take a Panther here to try to stay on curve. Oh, Mad Bomber, that's no good. We'll take the Tauren Warrior. Knife Juggler is exactly what I want in my life. It's a really good 2-drop. Harvest Golem, good 3-drop. Perfect. Now at this point I wouldn't mind picking up some endgame cards. Mana Wraith is interesting. As an aggro deck, I probably don't want that, but it does slow down my opponent, so if I get a fast start and follow it up with a Mana Wraith, that'd be good. We'll try it out for education and see how that works. Here's where I'll take a Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Don't want to pass on 2 of those for sure. I've seen like 15 wolves in this run. It's crazy. Succubus, I hate it, so Soulfire is fine as a finisher. This is great. Actually, well, hang on. I have to think about the Nightblade, honestly, because, if I'm trying to burn out my opponent, this could do more for me than the Ventrico does. It would be like an extra out in my deck. Am I crazy for even thinking about this? We'll try it. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I mean, what's life if you don't learn, right? Sunwalker's great, but I'm not going to pass on a Defender of Argus with my curve being as low as it is. And wow, another Chillwind Yeti over a Panther? I think so. Oh, now I wish that my first Abusive Sergeant had been a Voidwalker instead. Well, I'll take another 1-drop. Seems fine. Oh, geez. Well, Void Terror. I don't have any Power Overwhelming, so I don't think this really works all that well. We'll take the Master, it's a bit more solid. And I could take the Earthen Ring Farseer for some more early curve. And to compensate for some of my life tapping. And I think I will actually. With the Flame Imp and being a Warlock, I think it's more important to take that than to take an Archmage. This I think is good to have one of in the deck to break past taunts. And a third Defender of Argus? No, I think this is starting to be too many Defenders of Argus. I'm going to take the Ravenholdt Assassin, so my logic here is let's just have one card in the deck that's really gigantic and can finish off my opponent if I get him close but not quite close enough. So one of the things I'm going to keep an eye on in this draft was my crazy pick of Nightblade over Ventricle Mercenary. So hear me out. If I play a Ventricle Mercenary, it makes it harder for me to swarm the board, which is what Warlocks are really good at. You life tap and then you can play 2 minions a turn, basically, if your deck is very minion heavy. So the Ventricle Mercenary stops that from happening. Nightblade, yeah, the body sucks. A 4/4 is way worse than a 7/6, like leagues worse, but the damage could be really important. 3 damage is nothing to sneeze at, and if I am playing an aggro type of burn deck, that could be something that will work. So I don't know. We'll just see. All right, and maybe it was a mistake, but then we all learn from the mistake, and that's totally fine. Sabotage. Oh god, the spelling of that name wounds my soul. All right, we're going to send back Drain Life, but I'll keep my Voidwalker and the Golem because those are good early drops. Against a Paladin, we're likely to be playing someone who also will try to be creature focused. Now this Mana Wraith is a little bit unimpressive against a Paladin, perhaps because he can make these recruits without actually having to, you know, he can still put creatures on the board without having to actually cast them. Ah, Flame Imp, that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Flame Imp, coin, Voidwalker. Voidwalker is really nice against this Light's Justice. Helps prevent my creatures from getting picked off. And I think next turn, probably I'm gonna play Mana Wraith, unless he drops something extremely impressive at 2 mana. That makes me want to play the Abusive Sergeant. Alright, just a humble recruit, no problem. He's pointing at me like he doesn't know that this taunt is here, so it makes me wonder if maybe this is a newer player. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do this. We'll play the Mana Wraith. And now think about how to deal with this recruit. I definitely want to kill it. If I use the Voidwalker, his weapon will be able to finish the Voidwalker off. That's actually fine. I think the Voidwalker's done his job then if it takes 2 weapon hits and kills a recruit. So we're a turn away from Consecration, which will kill off everything I have. So if I can make a profitable trade, I'll use the Abusive Sergeant, but otherwise, I'll just use the Novice Engineer and get a card that way. It's going to make a reinforcement. Fair enough. Is that a Hand of Protection? Blessing of Might. Interesting choice. I mean, it makes kind of sense because the weapon does kill the Voidwalker. So now I can kill off this recruit, but then the recruit will kill off my creature. Yeah, it seems like a fair move, actually. Alright, I respect that. I dig that. So what I'm going to do then is, because you don't want to let Paladins keep creatures, I will trade my Mana Wraith for the Blessing of Might, allowing me, therefore, to play Harvest Golem and swing. So going into turn 4, he will almost certainly be below 20 health, which is decent. And now I'm going to need to start really trying to flood the board and hope he doesn't ever flip a Consecration on me. At the moment, I'm somewhat safe from it, obviously, with this Golem. True Silver Champion would be kind of obnoxious, but again, the Golem's pretty safe against that. This Golem is just a really nice card to have. In an aggro deck, it's nice to have something sturdy, even if it doesn't do as much damage as other things. He's going to use up his last tick of the weapon to hit me. Now that's either a mistake or he has another weapon behind it, and therefore wanted to use his weapon up. Secret. Alright. Well, let's fish for Noble Sacrifice with the Golem. I obviously don't want to lose a Flame Imp to it. It's not Noble Sacrifice. Is it Redemption? It's not. So it's either Eye for an Eye or Repentance. Well, let's check for. See, I don't want to drop like 2 Abusive Sergeants and smash them for 7 if it means I get hit for 7.
So many possibilities.
But we'll do one of them. One of them should be fine. So let's go ahead and check to see if it's Repentance. It is. Okay, so it does absolutely nothing. That's why this card is terrible. So now I don't feel the slightest bit bad about using my other Abusive Sergeant, but I'm going to go ahead and draw a card first. Always draw cards first. Twilight Drake. Okay, that's nice. Let's go ahead and just do this. Swing for 7 damage. Okay, so now Consecration will kill off everything, except that it takes up his whole turn, and then the Golem drops back, so it'll hit him down to 13. This will hit him down to 10, so I'm pretty close to being able to burn him out. But that said, a Consecration would be kind of unfortunate, because if he doesn't have Consecration, my job becomes a whole lot easier with all these little creatures. That's kind of how it is with aggro decks. Whatever master removal your opponent might have, you're always going to be really vulnerable to it. Warlocks maybe less so than most because they can draw cards back. Anyway, he didn't have Consecration. That makes my job a whole lot easier. Alright, am I going to play this as a 4-3? I think so. We'll do this. And play the Blood Imp. And I'm just going to ignore his stuff now. I don't really care about Alarmabot. Damage is king. Alright, well, I gotta say, I mean, a Ventrico Mercenary here would have been pretty decent. But it works out fine the way it is, knowing that I've got 3 damage in my back pocket. Alarmabot being terrible as usual. So fun fact, Blood Imp is getting nerfed in the next change, in the next patch. It's now going to be a 0-1 with stealth that works like a Young Priestess. It gives a random minion +1 health at the end of your turn. So you can see what it's doing right now. It's just brokenly good, giving like +6 health to my team. But it's not going to be doing that anymore. Anyway, I think in this case it didn't matter what card I drafted, because obviously I didn't use it and I still won. But we have enough damage on the board here for lethal. So, did I ever life tap a single time? I don't think I did. I think I just played creature 1 game. Alright, good game there by Sabotage. I don't know if he was a good player. We had an Alarmabot there. We had a Repentance. We had him hitting me in the face with the weapon when it might have been handy to hold on to it. So it might have been a little bit of a newish player. Maybe not a totally new player, but newish. And so we got a nice and easy victory. I think one of the coolest things about my channel is we've seen now what happens when you play against newer players, and we've also seen some games against really good players, like people who play around my possible outs to a crazy degree. There was one game when I was Hunter, and there was another game a while back when I was a Mage. Like one player just played around my Mage removal like a pro, and then another player played around all of my Hunter secrets, my Snake Trap like a pro. I'm of course first against rogues because I always am. I'll keep the Abusive Sergeant as a buff, but this is not a very good opening hand. I maybe should have just mulliganed everything and hoped to get like a Flame Imp or something, but being first against a rogue with this kind of a hand, the problem is if I mulligan this, I might get like, you know, Nightblade, Chillwind Yeti, and then be even worse off. Ah, Ravenholdt Assassin was waiting for me if I mulliganed. Good thing I didn't. Ah, jeez. Alright, so let's see if she's got the, you know, the famous special. Coin Defias. Or just pass the turn, maybe? Come on, pass the turn.
Do you need a
Young
blessing?
Priestess. Well. No. Thank you. Alright, that's good. So we will just Mortal Coil her. And pass the turn. I mean, it's a bit sad that I can't play the Abusive Sergeant. I would like to. But having her dagger up, kill it, and have a dagger in her hand just seems a little bit silly. She still has the coin. She's good. Whoa! Oh my god, I missed it. Was that her top decked card, or had she been holding that in her hand? Because if she was holding that in her hand and didn't realize that she could coin it out, then that is, I think, the biggest newbie error that we've seen in the history of this channel. God, I'm going to have to look at the replay to see. Tell me in the comments. Was this card, did it come right from the edge where it was like top deck, so she played it because she might as well? Or did it come from one of the other cards and she just like didn't know that you could coin that out and trigger the combo? Either way, Avenger, I wish I could tell you. I wish there was some way that we could communicate so that I could let you know that this guy should get comboed out whenever possible, because it's pretty good. If this thing survives, which it may, without help from her hand, she can only deal 3 damage to it. The Knife Juggler will be pretty cool because when the Imp pops out, that also triggers the Knife Juggler. So I'll play like Knife Juggler and, you know, Mana Wraith, And then get 2 knife flings that way.
Too soon.
Oh, boo. Boo. That's annoying. Well, I think that's what the abusive sergeant is for.
Put this apple on your head.
So that's knife juggle,
Get in there and fight!
abusive sergeant. Oh, that was extremely lucky. 1 in 3 odds of that happening. And we'll pass the turn. I misplayed that. I should have put the knife juggler on the edge to play around betrayal a little bit better. As it is, I guess it's a good thing I didn't put the abusive sergeant in the middle. That would have been the worst. Then betrayal would kill my knife juggler and the imp. But if I put the knife juggler over here, she could not kill it with betrayal. She'd have to dagger up, kill the imp first, and then betrayal. And betrayal, I think, is an important card to play around when you play against rogues. Now the issue is I haven't actually dealt much damage to her. She's still at pretty much full health, and the longer the game goes on with that continuing to be the case, the worse it's going to get for me. Alright, she didn't have a 4-mana play, that's good. Something like Ascension Shieldmaster here would have just wrecked me, like I have no good answer to it. Coin, and... Torn Warrior. I could use a buff here. Defender of Argus would be appreciated. Drain life? Yeah, I'll do that. So, let's see if I need to sacrifice my imp. I will unfortunately need to sacrifice my imp and waste drain life. But I think it was worth it. So we've got her down a little bit. My cards are a little bit unimpressive. I didn't see much removal. I saw a Shadow Bolt that I think it was correct to pass on for a Flame Imp. And I saw a Soulfire, which I took. I passed on 1 Mortal Coil. I took 1. There's the backstab that I've been waiting for all game. Oh, rogues. Backstab. Such a good card. Such a good card. Even though she like played terribly with that Defias Ringleader and everything, I might still lose this because I just haven't really been able to deal much damage to her. This would be a bit of an embarrassing defeat. I did get my 1 like big drop. Just gonna use Deadly Poison on a single dagger hit. It's an interesting choice. Kills off the Mana Wraith and plays a 4-drop, I guess? That's the only conceivable reason. Otherwise, she should have made a dagger first, then Deadly Poison. So she has to have a 4-mana or a 3-mana play here, or else that wasn't justified. Nope, she just messed up. She should have made this dagger first, then put Deadly Poison on it, then she'd still have a Deadly Poison weapon. Wow, that was a huge error. So this will kill my Fen Creeper, sadly. So what I'm going to do is play Novice Engineer. Spellbreaker is cute, but I can't really do anything with it. We'll do that. So she really should have a deadly weapon here, and she should just be able to kill this off for free. Well, I drew all my endgame. This is like the second biggest card I have, and this is the biggest one. So the 5 health is a bit fragile, but it should be good for 7 damage. Especially because I have Silence here. So if she does play a taunt, then I can clear it out and still swing with my Assassin.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Okay. Note that Novice Engineer is getting nerfed to be a 1/1. So in its nerfed form, the Novice Engineer would have been killed by this Rogue's Dagger. As it is, I get to draw a card, because you should always draw cards first. Ooh. Tempting to buff this and kill the Razorfen Hunter. But no, I think what I'm going to do is just Fen Creep it up. Kill off the Piglet and pass the turn. So I've got card advantage against my opponent, and I do have my endgame. The problem is I've got a lot of little stuff here. I've got like a Flame Imp, I've got a Voidwalker in there. But I also have Defender of Argus, and I've got Dire Wolves and stuff like that. So I might be able to just start laying down the beats. Like next turn I can Ravenholdt Assassin, Abusive Sergeant. If anything is still alive, of course.
None.
Black Knight! Boo! Oh, fuck, that's awful. That is really terrible. Jesus, that hurts. Can't even silence it. It's just a Chill Wind Yeti now that killed my creature. Ouch. Holy crap, that was awful. Well, I mean, sometimes people get good cards. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna play the Panther. And I guess I'll play a Yeti, although the Yeti will die. Damn it! Oh, man. This is awful. I'm gonna lose to someone playing really badly. Yikes, that's a bit distressing. So now she can just attack with the Black Knight into my Yeti and finish it off with the dagger. Or buff it with like a Shattered Sun Cleric or something. She's pointing the spell at everyone. Oh, Betrayal, I see. So she's gonna kill my Panther. Well, that's fine. So it's like a 2-mana Assassinate for my Panther. That's, you know, it's alright. That's what them do. It's what them do. That's not a phrase. Man, she just likes to point everything at everybody. Okay. Frost Elemental. Awesome. Good. She's gonna hit me in the face. Well, the cool thing is I can use my silence now. So that's nice. Soulfire. 4 damage is not quite enough damage. Well, let's silence the Yeti. Oh wait, I should draw a card first. Do I have enough health to do it? I do. Let's draw a card. Ah, it's good. I'm glad I did that. Yes, Maggot, get in there and fight.
The light protects me.
Can I hit her for 6 damage? Try to burn her out? I can't. She's hitting me way too hard. I need to get rid of her damage. So we'll do that. And I don't want to throw the assassin away, so we'll pass the turn. My hope is that whatever I draw next turn costs 3 mana or less, so I can play the assassin, play it, and then Soulfire for free. Wow. This game is way too close for how badly my opponent's been playing. I'm a little bit disappointed. Maybe I didn't draft a very good deck. I don't know. Maybe it's just got too much 2, 3, 4 stuff and not enough 1 stuff. Hard to say. I did take pretty much every 1-drop, except for early on I took like, this Chill Wind Yeti. I got a couple of them. One of them I took over an Argent Squire. She's also doing the Nightblade Gambit. Fair enough. That might need to get eaten by Soulfire. And my health is getting to be a little bit treacherously low. Luckily, my opponent has only 1 card. This is one of those situations where if she had like 5 cards or something at this point, I'd be pretty much guaranteed to lose. Alright, so she's gonna just play it safe, kill my creatures while surviving herself. Can't really hold that against her. So my Argent Squire, which is, you can see why I was excited to top deck this. It's quite important here for finishing off one of her things. Novice Engineer. Shit, this actually draws a card. I don't actually want it to draw a card. Well, maybe it's a 1-drop. So come on, be a 1-drop, please. Not a chance. Alright, well, I think the Ghoul is more important than the Assassin. Well, is it? No, I don't think it is. I think we need to get this Assassin down.
I hear you got a problem.
So let's kill off the biggest thing she has. And can I afford to get hit by all this stuff? 4, 6, 8. I'm down to 5 health. Boy, that's scary. But if I hit her down to 16, this will hit her down to 9. I can't really kill her. I have to play for control. Okay. Can't afford to be throwing cards away here. So I will play the Flesh Eating Ghoul, whatever else I draw, and then Soulfire. Hopefully it's not the other Novice Engineer. Well, I just hope her 2 cards are really bad. That's all I can hope for. If these are like sizable creatures, if it's like a Boulder Festover or really anything, I pretty much lose. Molten Giant, oh, that's not good. Oh gosh, that's bad. So she's threatening to kill me now. I have to kill this thing, don't I? Well, yeah, because this is 8 damage, plus the dagger is 9, so I have to kill it. I just have to. I could life tap, see if I got 2 Defenders of Argus in here. If I got one of those, that would change things.
So many possibilities.
Do I dare do that? No. I'm gonna play Flesh Eating Ghoul. Gonna play Chill Wind Yeti. I will Soulfire this thing. Finish off that thing. And then I have to 2 for 1 into that thing, or else I die. So that was not an irrelevant last turn giant. And I'm not going to life tap here. I think that would be a mistake. So I've actually got a really big Flesh Eating Ghoul. It's 8. I mean, it hits as hard as her giant. It's obviously more vulnerable to removal with only 3 health. Does she have a Wolf Rider or an Argent Commander or something? Oh, she's got something. She's got something. Assassinate? Assassinate. Ugh. Well, it's a top deck war. She has a big life advantage. She hits me for 1 every turn. It's just a matter of how good this card is. Seems to be not very good. It was, or it was more, or it cost more than 5 mana. So it's either like really good or fucking Flame Imp. You know what? I think I have to do this. So I'm not life tapping anymore, but I think putting a 3/2 on the board is really important because it gives me a lot of damage. So if I can swing, I can get her down to 9. Oh, it's not good. If she plays anything, so this is the card she was holding on to. It's an ogre. No, that's not good. Oh, that's even worse. Oh no, that's bad. I'm just dead in 4 turns. Actually, I'm dead next turn. Oh, Defender of Argus. Hilarious. Okay, so we're gonna do this and think very carefully. What do we do? I think we have to hit her. And I think I actually have to life tap as well. I should have actually life tapped before attacking. Yep, I screwed up terribly. I should have life tapped first, then I could have dealt an extra point of damage to her. Yep, I think what we have to do is actually put the defender here so that the Yeti gets 7 health, which I think is important. Alright, so if she gets an Eviscerate or a Sinister Strike or another Nightblade or something, then she wins. But if she doesn't get it, I might actually steal a win. Well, the taunt is unfortunate, of course. Hopefully I'll draw some way of getting rid of it. I've already used my Silence. I'd already used my Soulfire. Crap. I don't have like any easy 1-card answers to that. Silence. I don't have any frickin' Dark Knights. Alright, she's gonna give away the Cult Master. So she doesn't draw a card. I guess there was no way for the ogre to kill itself, which is fine. So basically what happens here is that she uses the ogre to kill off my Flame Imp. And then... no, you can't attack me. That's why taunt is good. So I can use my Yeti to kill off the Senjin, but then this thing only deals 3 damage. Ah, crap. Man, the fact that I missed a point of damage is gonna bite me. Alright, well there's only one option here. I can't life tap because that will kill me. I have to do that. And do I hit her in the face or do I kill her? You know what? I think I need to actually kill this ogre off. Yes, I think this is the correct move. Kill off the ogre, play the Yeti. We're threatening the kill, so now she needs to not get, you know, any kind of direct damage. And I actually steal the win. I guess removal will, like a removal for one of these will do it. Like if she kills this thing, this only deals 4 damage. But the problem is if I'd left the ogre alive, she'd be at 4 health, and then if she could remove this, she'd win. So I feel like I played into fewer outs by killing off the ogre and dropping another Yeti. Oh my god, this game was way too hard. My opponent made some very crucial misplays. She didn't defy a ringleader with the coin. She didn't dagger before using poison weapon. She like used deadly poison and then daggered afterwards, so she wasted a deadly poison charge. And then here we are at 7 life versus 2 and in pure top deck mode. So I've actually drawn 4 more cards than she has, and I'm struggling this much. So yeah, that's a little bit disconcerting that I had to fight so hard against someone who played so badly. But on the other hand, it is nice to know that skill reigns supreme in the Hearthstone arena. I just hope she's not being a dick like in slow rolling and Eviscerate. No, she's gonna lose. All right, so that was a good game, I guess, kind of. A little bit worried about the future of this deck. I have a feeling it's not gonna make it past 5, but we'll see. I'm always gonna try, folks. Always happy to give it my best shot here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and/or subscribe, and we're gonna do the rest of the games in an upcoming video. I'll see you in just a bit.